Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Inshallah ta'ala, we came back again with the series of 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi, and we are towards the end of this hadith series. The collection of this hadith is 42 hadiths. So inshallah ta'ala, we are doing 31 and 32 today. Both of the hadith is shorter hadith today, inshallah ta'ala. That's why I dare to put together in one slide, and inshallah ta'ala we can go through them very quickly. So as we do every time, that we should do a quick revision of what hadith we did. But remember, we have 30 hadiths now, so this revision is going to take longer a little bit, but inshallah ta'ala it's going to be beneficial for all of us to refresh our memory, inshallah ta'ala. So the first 10 hadiths is about the intention. As you all know, the first hadith, innamal a'malu binniyat. Then the hadith of Jibril. That hadith is also called the hadith, the Sunnah, the mother of all the Sunnah. That second hadith. Then we have the hadith for the 5 pillars of the Islam. Then the destiny of the baby that's written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through an angels. Then the innovation is rejected. The hadith from Aisha radhiyallahu anha. Then halal, harams and doubts, and where Rasulullah said that if something is good in your body, that is all good. Then something is corrupted, everything will be corrupted, and that is hard. Then we have the religion is nasiha, deenut nasiha, and nasiha here means the sincerity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to His book, to His messengers, and last but not the least, to all the brothers among us. Then we have the hadith from Rasulullah where Rasulullah said he has been ordered to fight until people say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But that hadith has a context, and we discuss the context. Also we have the hadith that we should avoid the prohibition and follow the commandments. And then we have the hadith that Allah Himself is pure and He only accepts pure. Next 10 hadith is about leave the doubtful matters, leave alone what is not concern of yourself, love for your brothers what you love for yourself. A Muslim's blood is only allowed in the 3 cases, and as we spoke, then Rasulullah said, whoever believe in the last day, whoever believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whoever believe in the last day, he should speak good, he should honor his neighbors and honor his guests. And then a Sahaba came ask a small advice from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, do not be angry, do not be angry, do not be angry. Then Rasulullah said, verily Allah has enjoined ihsan. Ihsan here means perfection. So we should try our best to perfect all our ibadah, even in the work that we do in our dunya life. We should try them with the sincerity, with ihsan, to get it to a perfect position. Then Rasulullah said to Muaz ibn Jabal, the hadith from Muaz ibn Jabal, O Muaz, fear Allah wherever you are, you will find Him, that He will protect you from every side. And the next hadith is also very similar, that be mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will find Him around you, in the front of you, back of you, and side of you, that He's going to be protecting you through His angels. Then Rasulullah said, if you feel no shame, if people has no shame, then do as you wish to, meaning a shameless person can do anything he wish to do. The next 10 hadith, where Rasulullah said, believe in Allah and istiqamah means to be steadfast. So whatever ibadah you are doing, be consistent on that. Even if you do a little bit, but be consistent, so you have istiqamah in your ibadah, in your prayer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then a question from the Bedouin that he asked, Ya Rasulullah, I can only do salah, I can only do, I will have shahada and I will avoid halal and haram. That's it, I can't do anything more than that. And will I be entered into Jannah? Rasulullah said, yes, we will be entered in the Jannah. He didn't mention about the zakah and hajj in this hadith, because maybe the hajj is not been obligated at that time, or maybe that person has not means to go to hajj or doing zakah. Then Rasulullah said the purification is half of iman. At-toharu shatarul iman. In that hadith he also said the salah is the nur, zakah is the burhan, the charity is the burhan. Then we have the hadith Qudsi from Abu Zar al-Ghifari, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us through Rasulullah that if you ask something, ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you're hungry, ask food from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you're thirsty, ask from the drink from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if everyone of the world plan to do harm with you, but if Allah didn't destine it for you, nobody can harm you. And if Allah destined that you will be harmed, nobody can protect you from the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Rasulullah said every joint need a sadaqah of our body, and we say that in another hadith, Rasulullah mentioned that the Salatul Duha after the Fajr prayer, this 2 rakah of Salatul Duha will suffice for that. Then Rasulullah said righteousness is good character. You know, this is the hadith about the good character. Then we have the hadith from, you know, Rasulullah, he said, have taqwa and hold fast to the sunnah. That was like a farewell sermon to the Sahaba. He said, you know, I am leaving you. You will see a lot of difference in your upcoming time, and you will be rightly guided if you have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and hold with your molar teeth the sunnah of me and the sunnah of Khulafa al-Rashidin. And then he said a deed which will take into Jannah. So Muaz ibn Jabal asked a question, Ya Rasulullah, tell me something that a deed will take me to Jannah and keep me away from the hellfire. And Rasulullah said, yes, you have to do all the pillars of the Islam. Then he said, you know, how the Qiyamul Layl, the charity, all these things matters, and these things are the heart of the matter. And then the last hadith we did, that Allah prescribed the obligatory matters. And we said the hadith number 30 has some weakness. There are two hadiths is weak in this collection. One is hadith number 30 and another one is hadith number 31 that we'll do today. But you know, the scholars say because the subject matter has evidence from the other hadith, the topic, the text that what we were talking about, that's why it can be described. Although the chain is weak hadith. And where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I have prescribed some obligatory things for you, so do those ones. I have forbidden few things, so don't do these things. And few things I haven't told you, so do not ask question about those things. So let's go to today's hadith, hadith number 31. This hadith is from Abu al-Abbas Sahal bin Sa'ad. And he said, Rasulullah said, a man came to Prophet Sallallahu and he said, Ya Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, direct me to an act, if I do it, Allah will love me, and also people will love me. So he wants to find out about an action, about a deed that Allah will love him, and also the people around him also will love him. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam answered, be zuhud to the world. Zuhud, what is zuhud means, we'll talk about it. In English it means austerity or aestheticity. So Rasulullah said, be zuhud to the world and Allah will love you. And be zuhud to what people possess and then they will love you too. So this hadith, the narrator of the hadith, this Sahaba is not among like the other famous Sahaba, but he was an Ansari. And from him, we have almost 100 hadiths in different books. And one thing mentioned about this hadith, he was very young, and I think his parents put his name as Hazan. Hazan means basically sorrow or sadness. So that was his name initially, but one day Rasulullah called him and he changed his name and he put his name as Sahal. Sahal means to ease, something that is easygoing person, something like this. And this is the sunnah of Rasulullah. We had a lot of other narration that Rasulullah used to call people, and even their kids, a newborn baby, is to change their name. Even the name of his grandson, Hassan and Hussein, Ali radiallahu anhu and Fatima, they put a different name. They say Al-Harb. Harb means to be warrior, like big. Harb basically means to go to a war. So that's the name of Hassan. But then Rasulullah said, no, he is Hassan, he is beautiful. So he kept his name Hassan. So that is the sunnah of Rasulullah. Now let's go to the hadith. What does zuhud mean basically? Zuhud basically means in simple language that you leave the dunya for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in a lot of places in the Quran that this dunya is a deception. There's nothing but a deception. Now zuhud means that you have in your mind that is here you're staying as a traveler. You're staying as a traveler. There's another hadith that will clear the matter for you. And there are a lot of hadiths like this, where Rasulullah was one day walking through a marketplace with some of his Sahaba, radiallahu anhum, and he saw a dead goat lying there. And that dead goat has a ear that's cut off. A ear that is like injured ear, you can say. And Rasulullah says, is any of you going to buy this goat for 2 dirham? They say, no, Ya Rasulullah, this is dead, first of all. They say, if it is 1 dirham, would you like to buy? They say, no, Ya Rasulullah, this is dead, plus it has injured ear. It's going through blood, and you can see that. So how can we buy it? Then Rasulullah said, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the whole dunya is just like this dead goat with the injured ear. Meaning, this is the thing that the dunya has no effect on us, shouldn't have no effect on us. It is just a deception. And there are other places that we always decide that Surah Sabbih Isma Rabbika Al-A'la, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that you prefer the dunya, but you should know the akhirah is more blissful, and that is the real life. Now the zuhud doesn't mean basically that you leave everything from dunya. Some of the Sahaba used to believe that way. Like Abu Zar al-Ghifari, as we mentioned, he think that even if you earn any money, if Allah give you any money, you should let it go the right way. Today you earn $1,000, you should keep only for something that you can eat for tomorrow, or today's meal. Rest of them you should do. But other Sahaba didn't think like this way. They say, no, Allah give us money, and that's why zakat is there. I can save money, because otherwise nobody can give zakah. Because the zakah means what? You have a saving money for the whole year, and then that money is going to before the nisab level, then you pay zakah. So if everybody spend everything in every day, then there's no point of giving zakah. And there are a lot of Sahaba, not a lot of, at least few Sahaba, they were very, very rich. One of them is Osman ibn Affan. Allah give him a lot of wealth. And he has wealth, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But he used to keep it for himself and spend the most of it in the sake of the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of the scholars, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he was asked this question: what does juhud mean? Give as a simple definition. And he said juhud means when a person gains something in this dunya, he don't feel rejoiced for that, because he believes this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when a person lose something in dunya, he should believe he should not be sad. He should believe it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and it is taken by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So getting something, losing something, but all the time you have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is called zuhud basically. And it's not about the wealth only. It's about your time also. Time is the greatest gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have plenty of time and you are not justice to the time, so you are not being juhud to your property that Allah give you as a matter of time. So this time, you should use it in a proper way. Same with the knowledge. If Allah made you able to give some knowledge, and you are gathering knowledge, but you are not utilizing the knowledge. You are just keeping it to yourself, or just using for yourself or your family. You are not spreading the knowledge, although you have the options. In that case also, you are not doing justice or zuhud to the knowledge. Same way, negative way, if you're losing something, if you lost your job, if you lost some family members or something, what do we say? We say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. What does this mean? That everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and everything is going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you say, if you believe it in the same way, then that is the thing that you have the zuhud. Zuhud, a lot of people, even now, there are groups of Muslim trend, they believe that, just like the belief as the monk of the other religion, like Hindu monks, or some people, they left the dunya and go to the Himalayas and sitting there, and they have some connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to their thing. This is that whole thing. So they leave all the dunya and everything. They say, no, whatever we have, one shirt, one kurta, that's enough for me. That is the zuhud they think. But that is not the case, because Allah Himself says in the Quran, when you go to the masjid, put the best of your dress. If you have only one dress, how could Allah say, put the best of your dress? Definitely means that, you can have this, but as long as you maintain the, under your limit, you think that this is what I need, not too much of that, not go extravagant. As long as you do that, inshallah ta'ala, you will be in the zuhud. So inshallah ta'ala, we'll finish this hadith here and go to the next hadith. The next hadith, Rasulullah said from, Abu Sa'id bin Malik ibn al-Sa'id al-Khudri. Now, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, we'll talk about him a bit later. The hadith is very simple. He said, Rasulullah said, ad-dirara, inna dirara, or la dirara, or la dirara. Meaning, there is no harm and there is no reciprocating harm. It's a bit difficult to understand in English, but I will explain it to you. Basically, Rasulullah is saying that, you should not be harmed. So nobody should harm you. Also, if someone harms you, when you react to that harm, you should not be more harmful than that. So suppose someone, cheats some money from you, they, frauded, $1,000 from you. And now you get an opportunity that, you can take revenge on that guy. Yes, you can have complaint to this guy or some authority that, or the judge or whatever, but you shouldn't go beyond to harm himself. Just do the justice as you did. Some scholars say, no, the here haram and harm means dirar means harm, you should not be harmed, and also you should not do any harm. But that is not the strongest opinion. Why is that? Because every day we are doing something that's doing some harm, at least to the environment. If someone said, don't, brother, you shouldn't drive a car on the street because it's gonna populate, it has the pollution in the environment. If you think this way that you cannot do any harm, then you cannot drive. We know there will be a little bit of harm, and your car will make another car, in the streets. It will make more traffic and everything. But you can't do that logic. So the main thing about this one is that you do not be harmed. You should not be harmed by any person. And also, when you reply to that harm, you should be in the limit. About Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, he was a famous Sahaba, he is also from Ansar, and he is one of the 7 Sahaba who narrated the most number of hadith, the Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. And this hadith is found only in Ibn Majah and some other narration, not in Bukhari and Muslim, but this is as described, this is an authentic hadith. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.